Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be covering some data packs for Minecraft 1.21.6 and onwards. So these work up to currently 1.21.8. Now the main focus of this is to make them themed around the Happy Ghast. Now the majority of them are themed around the Happy Ghast. I think one or two of them may not be, just to add a bit more in there. And once again, like all the videos, they will be linked in the description in the order I showcase them. Let's jump to the first one. And the first one adds a new structure to the game. You can see the structure is right here. It's just a Happy Ghast that is flying around the world. Now these spawn in the sky, and this one seems to use cyan. If we just have a look all around, you can see it's made out of quartz and then also a lot of blocks. There is also interior. I don't know how to get in these. I'm guessing it's probably through these trapdoors. There is also some achievements in this. You can see we got one for finding the Happy Ghast and also for finding a cyan variant. I'm guessing there is no entrance, so let's quickly just break our way in. And we'll see if there's an entrance from the inside. So the entrance was under the one trapdoor I didn't open. And you can see we have a ladder which goes down to this room with paintings. It also got some ice, it got some decorated pots, some beds. There is also some chests with quite a lot of loot inside of. There is also a lot of decor around here. There is books, there's furnaces, there's an anvil. These are definitely stacked up for your Minecraft world if you don't want to go exploring. Now that is one of them. As far as I'm aware, there are 16 variants because there is one for every single color in the game. So we found another one right here, and you can see this one is lime. It's once again pretty much the same. The only difference is the coloring is lime instead of cyan. And if we head to the back, we can once again go down the trapdoor. And the interior is slightly different. You can see the painting's different. Instead of ice, we are using leaves. And then also the center down here is also different with emerald and moss instead of, I think, lapis. But apart from that, it seems like the interiors are pretty much the same, just with some items changed out to match, obviously, the green look rather than the blue look. And once again, there is one of these for every single color within Minecraft to match up with all the different harness colors. I'm not going to show any more of them off because you guys can download the pack and explore them, but they are cool little structures that spawn within the sky. And they are definitely very cool to see while you're exploring. Now, let's cover the second data pack. The second data pack is one that I really like. So we're going to grab a few different items here. And then we're going to grab a crafting table because we are going to craft up a harness. So if we use the wool, I think the wool goes there. Then we use 3 leather. And then we use some glass. You can see it changes the color of things. So it's a grey harness with red goggles. We can change out the red for green, which now makes it lime goggles. Now, one thing you cannot do, you can't mix lime and red. So, for example, you can't mix 2 different colors to make it one lime, one red. But if we quickly just do this, we can now grab ourselves some dyes. So let's maybe grab some yellow, some lime. Let's also grab some blue. We can then throw the harness in there with these dyes. And you can see it dyes the saddle part. And this is like leather armor where you can basically make it any color you want. Let's maybe add a bit more blue in there rather than the yellow. And I think that's a nice color. So now if we grab that, so we can now throw it on the Happy Ghast and you can see the saddle is dyed. The glasses are also dyed. Let's quickly just do this again. So let's craft another one using the red. So there we go. We now have red goggles and this time we want the saddle to be bright blue. I have now done that. If I spawn a Happy Ghast and equip this, you can see the saddle is bright blue. And the glasses are now red. I really do like this feature because it makes the Happy Ghasts way more customizable, where you can customize the saddle color and also the glasses color. The glasses color depends on the glass type, so that is only 16 variants, but the color of the saddle uses the leather armor dyeing. Now the third data pack we're going to cover is once again related to Happy Ghasts, and this is a new item called Happy Ghast Boost. Now it's crafted like so: 1 gunpowder, 1 paper, 1 snowball, and that gets you 3. So let's quickly just craft up the max of these and let's see how these work. So if we was to jump on a Happy Ghast and we was to click one of these, the Happy Ghast gets a boost for a few seconds and it definitely does go a lot faster. You can see the boost has now stopped. If I was to click it again, you can see I go very fast for a few seconds. So it means that the Happy Ghast isn't that slow anymore. And they are not that expensive to craft. So you can basically fly around your world very quickly. and they last for about 5 to 10 seconds. So instead of going this slow, you can see we can now get across this lake a lot quicker. And that is all this data pack adds, but I know a lot of people are going to like this idea because the happy ghasts are definitely a lot slower than they could be. And just let you know, if you use these on the ground, nothing will happen. They just get consumed, and you can see I don't get a speed boost. Now, the fourth data pack we're going to cover doesn't really relate to happy ghasts, and this is because shields inside the game, if I was to summon a pigling brute and I was to shield, you can see the pigling's axe disables this shield, meaning that if you get attacked by an axe from piglings or also vindicators, it basically means you can no longer block the damage. Well, this data pack fixes that. And it doesn't fix it just by removing the current ability from the shield. It adds a new shield to the game, and it's crafted like so. It uses ancient debris and also a netherite ingot. And you can see this grants us a netherite shield. Now, if I was to have this in my hand, you can see it works pretty much the same as a normal shield. I can obviously block with it, and I can move all around. Because this is made of netherite, if I throw it in there, you can see it doesn't burn to fire or lava. Now, if I was to spawn a pigling brute and I was to block, you can see it's blocking without being disabled, meaning that I'm now blocking all the damages this pigling is thrown at me. The shield is still taking durability damage, as you can see, and it has 2,486 durability. So it is also a lot stronger than normal shields. And it definitely should be, because it uses a lot of netherite. This shield is definitely very useful, especially if you don't like having to keep crafting new shields. And it also looks very cool. I like the black style of the ancient debris. Now, the fifth and final data pack we're going to cover is one that makes a change to Elytras. The Elytra's texture cannot be changed inside of the base game unless you are using a cape, and you can see it then matches up with your cape's texture. Well, this data pack adds a load of Easter eggs for the Elytra, so if we was to name this, let me quickly just get a list of the names. There are a lot of different styles, so you can see one of them right here is Mojang. If I just call it that, you can see it gets a red look to it, and once again, when it's on my back, you can see the texture right here. There are about 20 different variants, so if I quickly just grab another one, let's name this one. This one right here is MC15, and you can see it's the MCC crown with the red background. Now, I'm not going to show them all off because we'll be here all day. There's also one for realms, so if I quickly just equip this one, you can see what the realms one looks like. I think this is just textures for all the capes that have been given out over the years. You can see we also have one called Turtle, which just gives us the turtle helmet. I will show off a few more if we throw it back in there. This one right here is called Experience, and it seems to be themed off the zombie villager. I will show off 3 more possibilities, but once again, if you want to see all of them, then I definitely do recommend downloading the data pack. This does also require a resource pack because it uses different textures. So you can see we also have this one. This one does look really cool. Second to last one we are going to showcase is this one right here for translator. If I show this one on, this one is just brown with some yellow. Now, honestly, I don't know what most of these are. I'm guessing most of these are older capes that were given out in the very early stages of Minecraft, because I know back then Minecraft used to give out capes a lot more often. And then we also have this final one that I'm going to showcase is Birthday. But once again, there are a lot more that I haven't showcased. So it just means you can give your Elytra a different texture. Now, one thing to note, it just changes the texture. It doesn't change anything else about how it works. But anyway, with that being said, that is where I'm going to end this video. Once again, this video was mainly focusing on data packs that are happy ghast, and I also included 2 that wasn't related, just so there is a bit of a spread for players who don't really care for happy ghasts. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end this video. If you enjoyed, do like and subscribe, and the data packs will be linked in the description in the order I showcased them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!